Yeah. Okay, so welcome everybody, and nice to see you all. And let's start this this ninth week of the course with a little landing meditation to allow us to check what is our inner weather. So I invite you to close your eyes. And to take a moment to connect to your body that is breathing. You connect also with your breath. Just following your breath. And inviting you to see what's going on in you in this moment. What is my inner weather right now? Perhaps there are thoughts there are emotions. Maybe some part of our body are calling for our attention. What is my inner weather in this moment? And I invite you to make a long conscious breath, and then to open your eyes, to look around again, and then to write in the chat what is your inner weather today here at the beginning of this ninth session of mindful compassionate parenting. How is my inner weather today in this moment? Okay, so while the messages are coming with a bit of clouds, fog, sunny day, bright day, so cool, warm. There is a bit of everything as it is normal to be. Yeah, as it is. We would like to I would like to introduce a little bit the topic of today. Today we are going to talk about sensing my boundaries, but also setting and communicating by limits with a friendly clarity. So this is a good continuation of what we did, what was the course last week when we talk about conflict and disagreement and how to repair when there are conflict. And for sure, one key element is the one of boundaries. And anyway, it requires courage to go into this topic. So the opening meditation, which are going to start straight away, it's a meditation that has the title Sitting with Young Energy. Yeah. Usually when we talk about self-compassion and mindful self-compassion, we have always this tender attitude of caring for ourselves, to be gentle to ourselves. But there is also another aspect of compassion and self-compassion, which has a bit more fierce energy, a young energy that brings courage, brings determination, brings an attitude that makes clear our presence in the world. So we start with this meditation. I invite you to take a comfortable position for the meditation, a posture that allow yourself to follow conveniently the meditation for you, that you will not need to move. So find a position that as much as possible is a position that can support you. And particularly for this meditation, is important to have a sitting position where our back is erect and not stiff, and really our head is pointing to the sky. And if it's fine for you, I invite to close your eyes so you can direct your attention inwards. Notice what is present in you in this moment. How is your body feeling right now? And really align yourself with your body. And invite yourself to really take a seat. Let yourself feel where you make contact with the chair, with the cushion, with the pillow, with the surface you are sitting on. And really feel your body sitting there. I really invite you to take this place of yours. Your body is upright and you feel the connection with the ground. Here is my place. I take this place. It is my place. This is my right. This is my birthright. It is my right to take my place in this world. And let yourself feel and express with your whole body that you are taking the place where you are in this moment. Here I am in my place in the world, and it's my right to be here. I do not have to do anything for it. I do not have to strive or achieve. It is my full right to take my place in this world and to be here. And so I sit here. I breathe and I feel my place in the world. And now, from your stable place, just in your imagination, you are able to make a clear and strong gesture with your hand, like saying no or saying stop. Here is my boundary, and it is to be respected. Here I am. From this stable place, just in your imagination, you can also make a clear and strong gesture, reaching out with your hand saying, yes, here I am. How does the world look from this point of view? From this stable place, from your stable place in this world? So let yourself stay in this energy and power of yang. Stay for a few moments. Just feeling your place in this world. And with your own tempo, open your eyes, connect with what is around you. Maybe you need to stretch a little bit. And we take a bit of time for exploring how was this meditation for you. Maybe for some of us, it's quite normal to feel our space in the world. Maybe for some of us, it's a new experience. How all this resonated in your body? How was your body responding to the meditation? Maybe some of you have even changed the posture during the meditation. How was it? What has moved inside of you? Okay, Sandra just shared in the chat. Strong feeling of power, clear and calm, secure feeling. Sandra, can I ask you, was there any special part in your body where you had this feeling?
Now you can hear me.
Yep.
I guess it was in my chest.
Hmm.
I could breathe really easily and deep. So yeah, it was very nice feeling. I mean, it's not that I don't know that at all, but coming out of a different situation now, it was a really good shift for me and a really good start to come into that state of mind and body sensation.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so Lucy said that at every breath inhaled, she felt the body changing and you were sitting straight, more, more towards the sky. Yes. Mm. And how do you feel when you are in this upright position, Lucy?
I think when my body's going up like this, I mean, the brightness is longer, but the breath is longer and deeper.
Mm-hmm. And how does make you feeling this longer breath?
It's like that I think that I can like pushing out of the air in the lung and deep breath in like a fresh air. I mean, oxygen is running. Yeah, and it's put my brain fresh as well.
Okay. Mm. So it's much easier to breathe. And so with new oxygen, it's easier to
Yeah.
think with clarity. Thank you. Mm. Thank you. Is there anybody who find it difficult or felt uncomfortable with this meditation? Maybe it brought memories of feeling not so pleasant, some feelings that are not so pleasant or not pleasant memories. Ellen? Mm.
Found it really powerful, actually. Saying no or putting in the boundaries for me.
Mm.
I feel I'm in a very open place at the moment, and my experiences are very near the surface. So I think it's a really powerful exercise, boundaries, teaching our young people the boundaries, being able to say no and owning our space rather than, I think, for me and my childhood, it was a case of shrinking and trying to be invisible.
Mm.
And I think that did me a disservice. I needed to be able to say no. I found it really powerful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen, for sharing such a touching experience. Yeah, and this is, you mentioned a very important experience for children. Yeah, because when we shrinks and we want to be invisible, then there is no boundary because there is no space for us.
Mm.
We don't feel that we have a space. Yeah. Mm. So this process of getting our space requires more courage and more work. Mm. Thank you for sharing. Mm.
Thank you.
And this is very important because in this moment, with this meditation, we may go back to the feelings when we were small girls, yeah. But at the same time, we have maybe our thoughts on how we are now as parents. Yeah, about do we give a space for our children? Do we protect our space from our children, from everything that happens in the world? Usually mothers are painted or with this idea of open arm where the kids can run. It's always should always be like that. What does it really mean? This is really what we are going to explore in the session today. And to start with this strong meditation, sitting with the young energy, actually, when Ellen said, yes, I can stay stop, Lucy said, I can stay more upright and I feel it in my body. Yeah. And also Sandra said, yeah, I felt differently. So actually, as mothers, we take out this energy when we have the feeling that someone is treating or doing something wrong to our children. So when they are threatening or they are treating badly our children, then we find this energy to stand up for our beloved one. Yeah. And this image of saying stop to our children, yeah, we don't want them to get sick because they want to eat 2 kilos of ice cream, even if it's their wish, you know. So that's also a very clear way to say stop and to set boundaries also for our children, yeah. So also for ourselves, this young energy is a way to motivate and to say stop to injustice. Yeah. So last week we were mentioning about the guard dog. How can we transform the wolf of rage into a guard dog for us? Yeah. So it's good to have this energy on our side and in us to motivate also us to take brave, courageous action when we are in situations that we feel are not doing well for us. So the first action is always to bring security and then to comfort. If we are in a not safe situation, it's very important to move out of it and to go into safety as much as possible and to comfort us afterwards. We may move now before going deeper into how do we feel our boundaries. Maybe we give a little space also. How was the week? Which, if were there possibilities for practicing the gift? Yeah, how this aspect of dealing with anger. How do we repair when there is a rupture or when a conflict is too hard and then we feel there is the need to repair? But also was this invitation to cultivate satisfaction and to have a fun time with our kids, forgetting to educate them and just enjoying the pleasure to be together. How was this for you this week? Any story you would like to share? Any reflection you had? Something that you notice? How was the week? Who was playing differently with the kids, with the children? Or maybe just who wants to tell a story of having fun and playing time with the children? I remember that we had a game when the children were young, which is called Mogel Motte, which is not so relevant, the title, but it's about small insect, yeah? And this is a game where is allowed to cheat, you know? It's a card game. You have to get rid of your cards, but is allowed to put the cards into your sleeves, to throw it on the floor, or to play two cards instead of one, trying not to be seen by the others. And this was really a very unusual game for us. Somebody which is very much into rules and structure, you know. And it was so funny to see how the kids enjoyed this game. And they were also laughing because we were not so good, myself and Peter, in cheating, you know. It didn't come so natural. But we learned. With the time, we learned. And actually, we ended up playing this game until our son turned 18, yeah, so which was quite an interesting experience. So it really accompanied us for almost 10 years, and this was a game. So I don't know if you find also something like that with your child that is against the scheme, against what you want to teach them, against being brave, always in time during the work, if it's a possibility, or if you have spaces that allow them really to go beyond the rules. Do you have something like that? Do you allow them to do these things? Gan, tell your story.
Yeah, I use an earbud. Can you hear me well?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you.
So last week we also picked up a new card game, and when me and my spouse playing with our child, I did think of the exercise, and the gift that we were supposed to open last week. And every time we do that, I know that our child enjoy playing with us so much, especially winning us. I mean, beating us at the game. I just found myself that sometimes I'm still correcting my child when I was playing with him, like he just want to lie down. He put his hand in there, and then the card would just kind of hit his hand and then landed random places. I found myself correcting him, and then I thought back, and I'm thinking the next time we play, I will make a promise that I will not correct anything, and I'm not a parent when I'm playing with him, and see how it will go next time.
Did you succeed?
Well, we just played last night, and that's what I did.
It will come. It will come. Thank you. Did any of you have the possibility to repair a conflict that happened during the week? I'm sure there were conflicts. Yes, Deborah.
Yeah, my husband is traveling since Saturday, and in the end of the week, I had a situation with my oldest girl. She's 9, and it was the first time that, not the first time, but she lied for us. It was not a big lie, but it's something that make us really angry about it. And it was super difficult for me dealing with this angry and reconnected with her for it took me some days, and on Sunday morning I realized that we are super disconnected yet, and I was here just with the two girls, and I decided for that day, to do not do anything that only the things that they want to be. So we woke up a little later, and then they want to make some waffles together, and they did it, and it was almost 11 and we are cooking yet without breakfast, like a day without rules. Doing only the things that they want, and it was really healing for us to be together and to understand the wishes, and not to do everything straight, like respecting time and rules and everything. It was a free day for everybody that make us really really healing. Yeah.
Thanks, Deborah, for sharing here. There are so many rules in the life of a child. Yeah, if you go to school, for instance, in school there is a lot of rules. Yeah, so it's really also important to understand that also children need sometimes to feel free from these rules. Yeah, and to have a possibility to do it. Yeah. Because if also home becomes a structure with a lot of rules, where is the space for them to let go the stress of all the rules that they have to follow?
Yeah, and I realized that she was behaving, trying to make us happy in a certain way, to try um, to behave as we expected, and it made her lie. And it was something that I really tried to have the exercise of last week, to put her shoes and understand what has happened. And it's difficult for me because liar for me it's something really serious that it made me very bad and frustrated about. But it's difficult, but I need to understand her side. So it's and this situation that we had to put the rules away and to just spend time together, it was nice to reconnect a little bit and to try again to getting better.
Thank you. And it's important, as you said, that, and it was one point of last week, is the responsibility of the adult to regulate and to understand the perspective of the child. Yeah, because the adult is supposed to be the person that has the tools to regulate and to understand, which it doesn't mean condoning, accepting, lying, yeah, but to understand what is the perspective, what is the intention behind, and to regulate it. It's really the parent responsibility. Yeah? So thank you for this sharing. And we go into, okay, let's see the message, Lucy. I re-practice 101 quality time with each child, not quality time with 3 of them at the same time. Yeah. The kids were so happy they finally had time with mom alone for themselves without sharing to others. It is really hard to express the feeling of the kids, but I can feel their happiness and mine as well. Thank you, Lucy, for sharing this. Yeah, the one-to-one is really a precious time. I know it's a lot of work to organize, especially if you have 3 children, yeah, and to have time. But it's really, really important. Thanks for mentioning it. Yeah. So when we talk about feeling our boundaries, yeah, and also in the in the sharing of Deborah, this element came out. Yeah, certain things for me are a no-go. Yeah, so there is a boundary there. There is something. Yeah. The most important things, let's say, we will address this issue of boundaries from the mindfulness point of view and from the self-compassion point of view. Could be other strategies, we don't go into them. So if we look at it from the mindfulness point of view, the key issue is sensing our boundaries. Yeah, recognizing when our boundaries are about to be crossed or when they are crossed. For some of us could happen in different moments. Yeah, or maybe sometimes we let people cross our boundaries and we don't even notice until this is going on for a while. So it's very important to train ourselves to recognize what are my boundaries and how and when are the situations when people cross these boundaries for me. But before too much talking, I would like to start with an exercise, which so it really get us into the feeling also. And this exercise is called really feeling boundaries. And we do this exercise in a meditative way. So I invite you to find a position that allows you to go with your memory to a past situation. And before going to the memory to a past situation, let's focus on our breath for a moment. Tune in with our body that is breathing alone. We just have to follow and let our body breathe. Maybe if our mind is too busy with thoughts, we can take one or two more conscious breaths. Breaths that are longer, slower than usual. With our full attention to the beginning until the end of our breath. Now I invite you to recall a situation when you had an argument with your child, a situation in which you felt you should have set limits more clearly. I really invite you to bring the scene of this argument to life again. Who was involved, in addition to you and your child? What has happened in the situation? Or maybe some feelings or thoughts that came up when you had this argument with your child. And maybe there was something you really wanted to say or to do in the situation. Maybe there was an inner child mode that was activated in you. Maybe you felt vulnerable, or maybe you felt like an angry child. And if this is the case, you can provide a bit of self-compassion to you to soothe this feeling of anger and vulnerability. How does it feel right now to be with this memory, a memory of an argument with your child? Make a short check inside you and simply perceive all the present perception without judging. What is your body feeling? What are the sensations, the thoughts, feelings that are present at the moment? Now I invite you to bring your attention to your breath and to make 5 deep, long, and calm breaths, accompanying them with all your attention. And I invite now to become aware of your whole body again. So to expand your perception to your body. And if you wish, you can put a hand on your heart to bring you a bit of self-compassion for the experience you recalled in your mind. And I invite you to prepare yourself to explore and reflect on some questions. Taking time for each question to resonate within you without rushing to an answer, really letting the answer come. Did you feel your own boundaries before or after your child crossed them? How does it feel when you are trying to set a limit? What would you avoid if you do not set a limit? And when you think about the situation now, is there anything you would like to do right now? We have come to the end of this practice. I invite you to allow yourself to feel whatever you are feeling in this moment, and to allow yourself to be as you are in this moment. When you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes and to connect with what is around you. Okay. We take now time to reflect on this exercise and starting from your own experience. So I really invite you to share what did you find with this exercise. If you were able to feel your own boundaries, maybe there was one point that was triggering you more than others in this practice. Who would like to start? I know it's not an easy topic. I know that maybe you're still trying to make sense inside of you of what has happened with this practice. So who is so brave and full of courage to start the sharing? That's also why we did the sitting with the young energy at the beginning, to find the energy that is needed for such a topic.
I think I would like to share.
Thank Anne.
The accident just happened like 45 minutes before, just right before the class started. It was a challenging day for me. Evening, actually, I don't have a key to enter the house, and I'm about to join the class, and no food for the kids, and no one's there to support me. And I really feel like I'm at my boundaries, like really the limit. And then we got home and the kids started fighting. I was like crazy. And I really feel my body tension. My face was really tight, and my brows was wrinkled like this. And I start to have the conflict with my oldest one. I start teaching him what to behave to the younger one. And during the meditation, I was like laughing because I realized that I was picking sides. I picked my younger side and make the older one like I'm against him. I don't understand him. And then at that point, I start to question my my relationship with my children conflicts, like the fighting between two of them. And I realized that I'm really frustrated with the conflict between them because that triggers the sense of inequality, unfairness, and not understanding, which can be rooted from my childhood. And that point in the meditation, I start question myself that where do I put myself in the boundary of their own conflict, not my conflict with one of them, but the boundary of me, the equanimity of me seeing them in the conflict. And I still cannot answer that question yet. But that realization makes me need to like it's a reminder for me to think of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anne, for sharing this. I think she disconnected now. Yeah, she's back. Welcome back.
Sorry, my connection was bad.
It's okay. So thank you, Anne, for sharing. Wow, very rich. There are many points in your sharing. How do you feel now?
I feel like I'll talk to the older one about what I experienced then, but about me picking the side and make him feel not understood. I'll talk to him, and right now I'm also feel emotional because the realization about my childhood. Yeah. Like, but I'm open to it. Yeah. Vulnerable, but yeah, I can deal with that.
This is very much a situation of backdraft, yeah? When things come so strong to us because of previous situation, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you able now to bring some compassion to you?
Yeah, I just took the deep breath and I feel my body start to soften. It's a little bit there's a little bit relaxation in the muscles and the cells. I can really sense it widened. There's some space, relaxation in the muscles. It was tense before. Yeah.
You have a very clear awareness of what's present, and this is it's really fantastic to have this awareness so clear, because then it means we have wonderful information for us, and it makes much easier to act based on this information. And at the same time, I really mindful self-compassion invite us to stay still with this discomfort without rushing too much into finding a solution or solving the problem, yeah? But really feel what is in you in this moment, yeah? And to find really from there what is really needed for you. So what do I need now? This is a very important question.
I'm needing a good cry right now.
It's okay.
So, yeah.
Allow yourself for this. Allow yourself for this if this is what you need.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your stories. Really, it's really present. I really feel the resonance of your story. Huh? And these in the life of a parent are really thresholds, very important thresholds that it's very important not to waste them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
threshold means we are now able to move into another way of parenting. And it's important that we take this step very consciously, not to rush into it, but really very consciously to step the threshold, because these are super important experiences for us as parents to come to this clarity, crystal clear clarity. I'm mixing myself with the boundaries of my children, yeah? And I'm taking sides with all the good intention, but this is a crystal clear realization. Thank you, Anne. Mm. Anne also shared in the chat the question of whether I feel my boundary before or after caught me by surprise. I wasn't aware of it, but I'm curious and I will pay attention next time. Anne, do you feel like saying a bit more about it? Are you able to speak or it's only possible to write for you? You can only write, okay. Is there any other experience in the group that somebody would like to share? Hello, Mandeep.
Yes. I will take the courage to share that my memory is so short. I found it so hard to
Sorry,
recall.
Mandeep, there is um, a lot of noises in the background.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the fan. Yes, the fan is blowing directly into the microphone. Sorry for that.
That's
Yes. So I would like to share that I just found out through this exercise that my memory is so short, especially of the bad experience. So I try very hard during the exercise to recall a situation of conflict with the kids, and it was so hard. Yes. So and I'm sure that at least in my situation with two young kids and I work very long hours, there's a lot of stress and a lot of conflict that happened. However, I just at this moment it's not so easy to recall those moments. Um, So I came to think about myself whether I was so dominant to them so they dare not have conflict to me, or whether my memory just choose to recall the good memories. And then I'm traveling now, so I haven't seen them since the morning, and all I can think of are the good moments. Yeah, yeah. However, yeah, I do think of those mornings that are very busy, hectic. I want them to get up on time, get the breakfast, get dressed, get ready for school while I'm also rushing for work. Those are difficult mornings, actually. I think about those experience, and then I told myself, well, it is what it is. Yes. So in a nutshell, yeah, it's not easy for me to recall those conflicts with the kids. However, those are the most that I can think of. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Mandy. It happens that we do not recall situation of conflict, especially when we have say, or a level of tolerance, and we think it's not relevant to pay attention to them. So this is also common. Well, but this was nothing. This was nothing. Still, our body is registering the conflict. Our body is registering when our limits are crossed, even if we do not pay attention to it. Yeah. So the practice of mindfulness invite us to pay attention also to things that usually we do not pay attention, not because we need to get paranoid and to know everything and to record all the bad things that are happening to us, but it's really to notice so we can pay attention consciously to what we are not able to sense at the moment. Because as you said, well, of course there are conflicts. Why I don't remember them? Why I do not pay attention to them? Yeah. So the invitation in this case is really to go into your body and to feel the body. Yeah. You mentioned the morning, yeah? So you have experiences. Try to see, to learn how is my body feeling. Because at an unconscious level, we are modeling what is allowed that the others are doing to us. And certain things become normal for us. Of course, when we remember, it's easier, but also in this situation, yeah? And I'm saying this, Mandy, because this was also my situation. I thought it's nothing relevant to be remembered. Why do I need to remember? Yeah, that was also my question. Until really I felt in some situation that were clearly, somebody was really crossing my limits, my borders, and I even didn't notice because it was so normal for me that they do it. So this is also a practice of recognizing what we allow others to do to us. Yeah, in the exercise, we say, what would you avoid if you do not set limits? Yeah, so the question is, what do I really avoid? I want to avoid conflict. I want to avoid to be considered the one always complaining. Do I want to avoid to lose my image of being an open person, to be, yeah, not causing problem to others? There are so many things that could be. So what do I really want to avoid when I don't recall and I don't perceive? Because if I don't recall, it's also most probably that I don't perceive that people are crossing my limits. Thanks for bringing this point, which is a very, very important point, yeah? And sometimes we are also taken, as you say, I'm a busy mom, so there are so many things to do that we do not pay attention to things and we move into doing something else.
Yep. Thanks, Paula. I think the comment that you put is really meaningful for me. Yeah. So from the beginning exercise also, I found that very helpful because it just helped me realize that I didn't put so much boundary and I let other people, especially those I love, crossing the boundary and really intrude into my personal space. Yeah. So connecting the two exercise with also what you have just commented, I think this this is really meaningful to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Mm.
Mai?
Yeah, thank you. I feel a lot resonate with what Mandy have just shared because I also cannot find any situation during the practice. But it comes to the end that I realize that I put a lot of boundary instead with my 3 kids because I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
There a lot of boundary, and I actually realized so many at the end of the meditation, saying that, oh, I actually can say no to them so many times with this action. I actually do so many times this with my kids. So no, you cannot do that to me anymore. I'm so tired. I need to take rest. And I actually do that at my house. And my 3 kids, even though the youngest one, or when mom doing like that, they need to stop. Otherwise, I'm gonna be burnt out. And I explain to them. And then they understand that. So I actually put a lot of boundary. I even say like this, and then I need to go back to my room for some minute or even 20 minutes, just leave me alone. And I know they know how to behave during that. So it a little, I think this is another side of cannot like really think of any situation like that for myself.
Thank you for sharing, Mai. An invitation is, as you say, when it's too much, then we are with this gesture very often, yeah.
And it's also a way to protect ourselves, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise, we burn out at this role.
Yes, our batteries are not infinite. They absolutely need to be recharged. Yeah. And if we don't do it, the body will do it sooner or later. I also very much believe in the connection body-mind. So I was really surprised that I was sick for 10 days, you know. I didn't have any problem in the COVID. I went through it, no problem. And I thought, why now 10 days sick, you know? And yeah, if I look carefully, yes, it's clear. My body had enough of running, yeah. So yeah, it's if we do not allow, and sometimes, yeah, this idea of at least for me, sometimes being a super mom or superwoman, sometimes, yeah. And then I discover, well, it's not so true. It's not really me, yeah. So yeah, to have the courage, yeah, and very clear to say, no, it's enough. Stop for now. It's very, very important, yeah. Thanks for linking this. Is there any other experience that you would like to share? Seems not. I think it was rich enough. We have all to digest and process everything that came out with this session. And I would like now to move into a meditation, which the title is In for Me, Out for You, which is a wonderful meditation exactly to reconnect and to experience really connection with our beloved one, or with people that maybe we had a contrast, we had a fight, we had an argument, or we feel in a situation of difficulty, or also a meditation to support somebody that we feel is in a situation of need, whatever the need is. And you will notice that in the meditation, one focus is also on nourishing myself. Yeah. So, well, I don't say more. The meditation, let's have it and then see how these resonate in each of us. Okay, so let's start the meditation in for me, out for you. And I invite you to find a comfortable position, a position that allow yourself really to breathe freely and to feel the breath flowing in your body. And let's check if the position you have chosen is really the good one for you. Take few deep, long breaths. Feel them into your body from the beginning to the end. Also helping you in settling in the present moment with all your attention. And if it's fine for you, I invite to put a hand on your heart to remind yourself that in this moment you are bringing an affectionate attention to yourself and to this experience. And I invite you to turn your attention towards the awareness of the body, to the awareness of the breath and the body moving as a result of your breathing. Notice the sensation, this gentle back and forth. And perhaps also noticing how each in-breath or inhalation nourishes your body, and how each out-breath or exhalation soothes your body, bringing constant nourishment and calmness. Find your own rhythm, your own natural rhythm, making really this practice very easy for you. And now I invite you to focus on the inhale only and to let the exhale happen by itself and savoring the sensation of each in-breath. And I invite in your imagination to associate each inhalation with filling yourself with something that is compassionate and kind to you. A quality that you may particularly need in this moment of your life. It could be peace, serenity, strength, courage, joy. Let this quality fill you with every breath. Every time really breathing in something good for you. Savoring each in-breath and breathing in something good for you. And I invite you to shift your focus and give more attention to the breathing out or exhalation. And calling to mind an image of someone you would like to give something good, something benevolent to this person. It could be one of your children or a person you really deeply care about. Maybe somebody that has special need of caring qualities in this moment. Somebody needing kindness and compassion in their life right now. And I invite you to visualize this person very clearly in your mind. And then with each exhalation, breathing something good towards the other person. Breathing out quality of kindness and compassion which flows to the other person with your out breath. Maybe strength, peace, serenity, courage. And I invite to remind yourself that the bowl of our loving kindness and compassion can flow best when it overflows. Bring your attention again to the in-breath, to the out-breath, breathing in, breathing out, and savoring this process of inhaling and exhaling. Now, beginning to breathe in for you and to breathe out for the other person. In for me and out for you. In for me and out for you. Breathing in kindness or compassion for myself and sending kindness and compassion to another person. Depending on how you are feeling in this moment right now, maybe you choose to breathe in for you and also to breathe out for you. Maybe you choose one for me and two for you. Simply going with what feels right for you in this moment. And please remember, in for me, stay always present. as parents nurturing our own ball of compassion and care is especially important. We can only care for others in the long run if we can first take care of ourselves and replenish ourselves. So gently check in with yourself and ask yourself, what do I need right now? And remember to always begin in for me, including yourself in the circle of compassion. In for me, out for the other. In for me, out for someone else. Find your own rhythm. Let it be easy. Let yourself become part of a great infinite ocean of loving kindness and compassion that fills you and continue to flow on from you. You are just part of it, filling yourself with compassion and letting on flow. And we are coming towards the end of this practice, allowing the breath to fade to the background, sitting quietly in the body, feeling the echo of this practice. And letting yourself feel and be exactly as you are in this moment. When it is fine for you, gently open your eyes, reconnect with what is around you. Let's take some time for one or two persons to share. How was this meditation? How was your experience? If you were able to find your own rhythm? This meditation is really, I can say, multi-purpose, yeah? It's so good to take in what we needed. Yeah, I breathe in peace, courage, calmness, yeah, everything, compassion. So to resource myself, really don't feel limited in it. Yeah, really take what you need. And at the same time is a possibility to give to others, yeah, and to support other people that are around us. Juliet.
I would like to share that the meditation is also the exercise that I practice every day, every morning, but just a little bit difference that for me I practice just the in breath and out breath just for me, not yet for other. Like I imagine and feel like my body is a filter with each in breath. So I take all the good, all the nourishing, all the good thing, and I give it to each of the cell of my body. And also like I recognize where's on my body feel pain. So the in-breath calm and healing and ease the pain of the cell. And with each of the out breath, like I just give away all the stress, all the tired, sadness, for example, like just to give away to the modern nature, and she will absorb it and give away. So that is the exercise that I practice every morning. And for the meditation that you have just guide, so I practice that when I have bad emotion with others. So the in breath is just for me, but the out breath is for the one that in the situation that I have bad emotion. For example, my kids, for other, that exercise make me feel like I I hold the space for me, for my body and for my mind to calm down. Just not for me, but for imagination with the person in the situation, that we calm down together with the exhale for them. And recently I I discovered one funny tips, especially with my kids, when I have not good emotion with them. So I take a deep breath, and so I keep chanting the sentence. This is my kid, my kid, my kid should be like me, like me, like me.
Okay. So you invented your own meditation. That's good.
And the funny tips for my partner, for my husband, whenever I have bad emotion with him, so I chanting, my husband, my husband, my husband. I choose, I choose, I choose. So to share funny tips.
Thank you. Thank you. it's very interesting to notice what are the images and what are the words that people associate to this meditation. Yeah. So it's I have a wonderful collection of these images. Yeah, once somebody says, with the breathing out is like my hands is going towards the other person and caressing the other person, you know, and in I do something for me. So, and some people also do this, some gesture, yeah, for me, for you, for me. So they also accompany gesture or thoughts or images, yeah. So really personalize this meditation as it best for you, and the because it's very rich, it's very multi-purpose, as I said. So, and there are a few images also in the meditation itself. Yeah, when we say we are just a channel. Yeah, so we get and we give, we get and we give. Yeah. So, and for some people, these images of being a channel make them less guilty of taking. Yeah, for some people, taking have a bit of feel of being guilt. While for me, others need more than me. You know, this especially when we are in caregiving situation. But when they imagine as a channel, it's so natural to get. Otherwise, you don't give it. Yeah. So use the image that best fits for you, that allow you to be in this receiving state of compassion, of peace, of courage, of whatever you need, and to give to the others what you are able to give. Yeah. Of course, I mean, I say it doesn't mean that if we do this meditation, the other person gets more courage or gets automatically peace because of this. Yeah. So it's a meditation that is not, we should not be attached to the result. Yeah. But it's as a channel, because everybody can get what they are able to get. Even if we give a lot, for some people it's not possible to take it. Yeah. So also is an invitation to be realistic in this, to say, yes, I take and I give. And what arrives to the person, it's not in my power to control it. In my power is to receive and to give. How this land on the other person is not in my control. So this is also very, very important, but it's really creating a connection. This image of giving is very, very strong. So let's go to the gift for the week. So it's last time we have gifts for the week, because next time will be the last time, the 10th encounter with all of us. So, of course, we talk about boundaries, we talk about limits. So the focus of this week is to pay attention to your own boundaries, to your limits, yeah, and also to cultivate the resource of connectedness, yeah, to see how I am connected, how can I strengthen connection, yeah, and also the invitation is to reinforce our connection or moment of connection with the exercise taking in the good. And of course, being connected and taking care of myself at the same time. How do I balance this? Yeah. So connection is not the only things, but also I'm connected with the others. I'm taking care of myself. And to notice a bit more, how do you experience the boundaries with the children? Yeah. And how do you set boundaries in a loving and kind way with them? And of course, the meditation. In for me, out for you, and sitting with the young energy, and all other meditation that are available in the platform for you. Really access what most is needed for you. Yeah. Choose what it's really fits for you in the moment. One extra information, next time we will do a special ceremony to close, and we invite you to bring a string, something small. I don't have anything like that with me at the moment, but just a string that is, like that long, so not so much. That's something that you can keep in your hands. We will write this also on the email, but I'm already saying this for our closing ceremony. We will need a string. And as much as possible, for those who are with the camera off, really make possible as much as possible to have your camera on for next time. So thank you very much for your presence and your story today, as well as the other times. It's always very touching and very nourishing. I wish you a good night for those who go to sleep, and Gan, have a good day. The day is just starting for you. Yeah. And see you next week. Wishing you a week full of young energy and tender compassion for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula, and thank you, everyone.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.